Now we'll take you to Uganda, where the author Kakwenza Rukirabashaija, who is facing trial for criticizing the son of President Yoweri Museveni, has fled the country. According to his lawyer Eron Kiiza, Kakwenza fled the country on Wednesday to Rwanda, 2 days after a court declined to release his passport.
Well, Kakwenza had asked the court to release his passport so he could travel to Germany for an award and to also receive treatment after his alleged torture while in Ugandan military custody, but his request was indeed denied. Joining our son Breakfast Central this morning, we'll look forward to have Kimono. Now, she's been following this story very closely, and hopefully she joins us just before we run out of time concerning this story. We'll look at the fact that this is one man who has faced a lot of challenges just because he decided to come up with a book
titled The Greedy Barbarian.
The Greedy Barbarian.
Now, he's not the only author who has been under scrutiny in recent times in Uganda. There is also another author who's been under serious scrutiny because of a book that has been quite controversial. Right now, it seems Uganda is quite sensitive in terms of certain books or certain stories that has been put out, especially when it concerns the president, his family, his son, and his works. But it seems we have Kimono Dorcas, who is back with us in the studio right now. Good morning, Kimono. Thank you for joining. Now, Kakwenza's lawyer, Eron Kiiza, said that Kakwenza fled the country, and left Uganda for the land border with Rwanda. And right now, he will be settling temporarily in an unknown European country. Has he even been declared wanted by the government? I mean, what has the government come out to say in all of this?
Oh, thank you, Ola, and thank you, Joe, for having me on News Breakfast. Breakfast Central, yes, Breakfast Central. I'm happy to be here. And when you talk about Kakwenza case, it's an interesting topic here in Uganda, and I should say East Africa, Africa, and the world at large. When you ask about him being declared a wanted man, yes, government has not come out to put that up. I should state clearly that in the beginning, when Kakwenza fled the country early this week, on Tuesday to be specific, most government officials were in denial, didn't want to admit that he had moved out of the country until the writer himself went on social media to declare to the nation that he was no longer in Uganda, he was somewhere in Malawi. And when he was being interviewed by different media houses via Zoom, he declared where he was, and by then telling us how he moved out of Uganda, passing through Rwanda. So government is still not sure about his whereabouts, although individually, I know some officials, some spokespersons of different institutions have come out to say they know he's out of the country, but that's not their business. But also, why maybe they've not come out to comment is we asked the police spokesperson the other day to comment on the alleged torture, and he was saying, since it's something that is in court, I cannot authoritatively say anything, one or two words, but I'll just leave it for court to handle. So I think that they're leaving it for the court to say a word or two to comment about the Kakwenza's whereabouts. Then when it comes to court, the judiciary has come out last evening. The spokesperson for the judiciary categorically stated that they don't want to know where Kakwenza is. What they're waiting for is the D-Day on 23rd March to see whether he will come to court and appear before the judge for trial, or he won't come. And if he doesn't come, it means his sureties should be in position to explain where their person is and what has happened about his coming to court.
All right, let's circle back to the torture claims made by Kakwenza. He alleged that he was tortured by officials while in detention. Has there been any statement by the police regarding these claims?
Making these allegations official, coming to maybe drag someone to court or to register a complaint with any authorities, that we don't know, because authorities say they've not heard from anyone apart from seeing him on media, social media and the mainstream media, seeing him uttering words, showing off his body and maybe showing off his scars and claiming that he was tortured. So up to now, they claim that's just a rumor. They cannot confirm whether it's true he was tortured or not, and they cannot investigate something that is not officially tendered in by the complainant to them. So they claim Kakwenza should come and register a complaint with the authorities, and that is when they will decide to take on the matter and maybe investigate any allegations if there is.
Now, Kimono, can you tell us how authors in Uganda are reacting to this development with Kakwenza? I mean, some of them might be having mixed reactions at this time.
You mean the Ugandans?
Yes, authors in Uganda. I mean, looking at the fact that this author wrote a book and this book has cost him a whole lot to the extent that he has to flee from his country to a neighboring country. How are other authors taking this? Is there a little bit of caution in the atmosphere for authors in the country?
Yes, of course. As I said, it's a hot topic here in Uganda, in East Africa, in Africa, and the world at large. Yes, it is a hot topic. And different actors, both non-government and government, have come out to comment. Although for government, yes, they are still somehow skeptical about the matter. But for non-governmental organizations, they've come out to question and ask government to come out clear and state who tortured Kakwenza, because at least there is a fact that he was arrested by officials from the Uganda People's Defense Forces. That's not a rumor anymore. So if the UPDF arrested someone and he later on released him in that state, the non-government organizations are demanding for explanations. They're asking hard questions. Unfortunately, I should say they're asking through media. We've not seen them authoritatively or going to courts of law to sue, to drag government to court to explain. So questions are there, but there are still questions in corridors.
All right, thank you so much, Ugandan journalist Kimono Dorcas, for always being here to give us the update. We truly appreciate that. And have for yourself a wonderful weekend and stay safe.
Wow, thank you for having me, Breakfast Central. I'll be always on standby to comment on any matter coming from Uganda.
Appreciate.